I woke to find I was an old man. Older than I'd ever been before. And there was something about a boat. Or a ship. I can't remember. It was morning, and I was just waking up. There was a bird in the kitchen. No, it was a robot. I began to regret the previous evening. It had taken all my money the night before in a game of Go Fish. In all fairness, it did have one hell of a poker face. It was a miserable little thing. Smelled bad and leaked oil on the tablecloth. I felt oddly sorry for it. But perhaps I was just lonely. Years before, I was a promising matador. But that is another story entirely. Now, I make shoes. Shoes that people walk in. Shoes that people dance in. Shoes that a pretty girl died in. No. It was a different girl. And a very long time ago. As a young man, I'd been called to a great war against the invaders. I was terribly in love with this complicated matters. To allay her fears, I showed her my new compass and how I'd use it to find my way back. But I was assigned to a regiment of walruses and shipped out the next day. It was no great war. It was a terrible one. But it was winding down. In its last days, in fact. It was clear who the winners would be, and who would be going home. However, that one shot I fired missed its intended target and kept going. Eventually, it found its way back and made an unlucky mark. My captors replaced my wounded heart with a hand grenade and took me as a prisoner of war for 7 years. I think of her often. It did a lot for me at the time. It still does. In time, my translation skills proved quite valuable. And I was set about deciphering deep space high-band signals.
Beautiful! What a necklace!
As an expression of gratitude, they eventually gave me back my freedom, but they neglected to switch out my grenade heart. And in my absence, my pretty girl was gone. I became ill with grief. Prone to chills and coughing fits. One day was worse than the others. Perhaps the grenade was a dud. Perhaps it was taking its time. Either way, I was taking no chances. I made a life of minimizing the risks. I removed any exciting elements. I soaked all day in a hot bath. I shut out the world, lest the world move my delicate and volatile heart. In hindsight, the monkey was probably a bad idea. The plan was simple enough. I'd send the monkey into my ear to replace the pin in my grenade heart. Unfortunately, the monkey must have got himself lost, for I never saw him or the pin again. And so, I found myself with a castaway robot that still wanted to play cards. However, its battery was obviously failing. But the robot began to up the stakes. Suddenly, everything changed. Go fish. Damn. That is the trouble with these things. Just when they start to get interesting, you end up awake. I dreamt that I was an old man, and something about a boat, or a ship. But I forget the rest.